This is the case of Truncus arteriosus type 3. In this image, this is parasternal long axis view, this is left atrium, this is left ventricle, this is truncus, and this is the most anterior one is right ventricle. So anterior image, this is parasternal long axis view, so this is right ventricle, this is left ventricle, and this is truncus. Both left ventricle and right ventricle draining into truncus. There is subtruncal BST in this case. You see, this is subtruncal BST. You can see the flow from left ventricle and from right ventricle entering truncus. So flow from both ventricles goes into truncus. In moving image, you can see this. There is you can see this is truncal regurgitation. You can see this is truncal regurgitation. And in BST, you will see the flow. See the flow, BST, from left ventricle to right ventricle, so red in color. So this is the case of Truncus arteriosus. Either left pulmonary artery and right pulmonary artery arising separately from truncus. So type 3 Truncus arteriosus. You see, this is truncus. This is right pulmonary artery, this is left pulmonary artery. You can see the flow here below. This whole is truncus. From the right pulmonary artery arises from truncus and left pulmonary artery also arises from truncus. They are both separate from each other. There is no common artery, that is main pulmonary artery in this case, so separately arising from truncus. So this is the type 3 Truncus arteriosus. In case of type 1 and type 2, there is main pulmonary artery there. In case of type 1, it is little bit lengthier, and in type 2 is very small, and type 3 there is no main pulmonary artery arising separately from Truncus arteriosus. So see, this is parasternal short axis view. This is truncus and this is right pulmonary artery, this is left pulmonary artery. See the small size is relatively small. You can see this. This is right pulmonary artery branch. This is flowing right pulmonary artery branch. Again, you see the truncus arteriosus and right and left pulmonary artery branch coming from truncus. Obviously, in this image, the branches, that is left and left pulmonary artery and right pulmonary artery, is coming from the posterior and inferior part of Truncus arteriosus. Because aorta is always anterior, truncus is always anterior, so it has to be, the branch has to come from posterior part. At the same time, in this image, this is most anterior part and this is most posterior part. So the right pulmonary artery and left pulmonary artery is coming from posterior and inferior part of truncus. Obviously under surface of truncus, you can say. So this is the case of type 3 Truncus arteriosus, because both right and left pulmonary artery coming separately from truncus. This is parasternal short axis view. Structure wise, this is right atrium, this is right ventricle, and this is truncus. This is right pulmonary artery branch, and this portion is left pulmonary artery branch. Same thing. This is truncus and this is RPA, right pulmonary artery branch, this is left pulmonary branch. This is 4-chamber view. You can see This is left atrium. This is left atrial appendage. You can see the shape of left atrial appendage. This is left ventricle. This is right atrium. This is right ventricle. Here you can see the right atrial appendage. It's very broad. So shape wise, left atrium is left sided, and right atrium right sided. Appendage wise, it is normal finding. Now the next image. You can see this is short axis view. Left ventricle is slightly D-shaped. This is 4-chamber view. You can see left atrium, left ventricle. This is left atrium. This is left ventricle. This is right atrium. This is right ventricle. Again you see this is right atrium, this is right ventricle, and this is truncus, and this is right pulmonary artery branch, this is left pulmonary artery branch. So whenever you see only one great artery is coming from both ventricle, and you try to find out right and left pulmonary artery branch or main pulmonary artery branch, if you get that, then that is always the case of truncus arteriosus. This is based on long axis view. You can see the truncus is overlying the BSD and interventricular septum. So the BSD is subtruncal in location. You can see the flow from both right and left ventricle going into truncus. There is a mild truncal regurgitation. Thank you.